I mentioned in one of my previous videos that we have an exciting project coming up. Well, today we're starting that project. This is the head office space for Häfele Canada, and we're renovating not only this main level, but also the second level. Today, we're only concentrating on the lower level. Phase 2 will be the second level. As you can see, they've moved all their furniture out. It's ready for demolition. Matt's walked around, marked all the walls and all the components that are being removed today. We're gonna spend about 3-4 days doing a nice, meticulous demolition, take us right down to our starting point to rebuild the space back up. So demolition is a really important part of any project. Every step is really, and it's got to be done properly from the beginning. Demolition's an important part of that.
Definitely, yeah. So we're going to be a bit more surgical with this. You know, we don't want to take things apart and then cause more issues.
Well, this is the thing. People think you come in here like gangbusters and hey, let's just have some fun and rip everything apart. So our first step is Kevin, really, right?
Yeah, otherwise you create more work, right? And so people can get hurt if you're not careful.
Right, and well, okay, in that thought right there, what's Kevin doing?
So Kevin's disconnecting all of our electrical, so we're not yanking on walls and, you know, popping
shorting things out and electrocuting people. Yeah. So Kevin's walking around isolating the circuits, terminating the ones that we don't need, but he's also got to keep functioning the ones that we do need because you've got a server room running.
Yep. Yeah, we have an active warehouse in the back, and they got to keep working. So
the next steps in that are what? So the crew's outside waiting.
Yep. So demo crew will come in once the electrical is all disconnected. We got plumber coming a little later for when we get started on the bathrooms, but for now, they're going to start with more of the surgical stuff. So pull down ceilings.
Well, first step is pulling all these these sliding partitions, the furniture, whatever's left. Then the ceilings, right? And that's not easy either because we've got access points for the network. We've got contacts and glass break sensors for the alarm system, sprinkler heads that we got to worry about. So those have all got to be considered. You're actually going to save a lot of these components in bins and label them so that we can reuse some of them later. After the ceiling, then comes the partition walls. And then after that, the floor. So we've got a raised floor system. It's called a dirt system, and it's about 4 inches off the ground, and that's where all the wires run underneath. So it is a few decades old, and we're going to update it. We're going to put a new system in, and that's going to be our starting point. Once that's done, actually, I think you and I will walk through and then become even more surgical. Cut this back a little further, do a little more over there. That sets us up for a good start. And that's the whole point, is if everybody in this system does their job perfectly, then the end result comes together beautifully. Hey guys, just a quick update on our project in Burlington, the commercial project Häfele Canada head office here. All the demolition is done. It looks great. Empty space, all the walls are gone, all the old wiring is gone. I don't like leaving any of that stuff behind. It just creates a rat's nest up in the plenum space. The plenum is a common area used as a cold air return. You don't want anything in there that's not needed. It's really important that what is in there is plenum rated, meaning it doesn't, if there is a fire, it doesn't create smoke that's harmful that gets carried around all over the building. So we don't want anything in there that doesn't need to be in there. So we've started started right down to the bare bones. We're going to build it back up again. This is the reception area. We're going to create a really magnificent feature wall here that's going to carry up right up to that skylight up there. Reception desk in front, small sitting area. And then we're going to have a divider wall there with a really cool display on there. You're going to see that later on. It's a cool system. I'm not even going to give it away right now. Behind that is going to be purchasing and accounting. It's kind of a common office area. And then we're going to have some private offices all the way around. You see that we've dug out the flooring here. We started all our in-ground work. Over here, the reason we've dug it out is because we're creating an elevator shaft that we're going to put that elevator in phase 2. We've got to do all the structural work right now. I don't want to finish this space and then come dig it out after. So we're putting in our footings. We're going to put in some columns. We're going to weld in some new beams, and we're going to open that floor up later to create that elevator shaft. Now, in addition to that, we're doing all our drain work because we're moving all our bathrooms and adding more bathrooms. So back here is all going to be washroom space. We've got some universal washrooms, accessible washrooms, and we've got a men's and ladies washrooms over there. Obviously, the floor has been dug up to accommodate all the drain work. We've dug it up a little more than what we had to because we always scope the drains, and when we scope the drains here, we found that from one area back there to where it hooks up to the main connection, there was a valley. The water was collecting in there, which means that at some point or other, they had a lot of backed up drains because of that. So we thought, you know what, let's cut up the rest, change that pipe, put in a proper pipe with a proper slope so that they never have problems in the future. No sense doing all this work and creating problems for them down the road. And as we go around, let me show you what's happening at this end. We've got a corridor that goes down here with some beautiful wood walnut paneling that's going to go up on the walls. We've got another small bullpen area. We've got the marketing department here with some open desks that are very well designed, some really cool ceiling details above, and then some more private offices that go around the outside. You'll notice there are these white discs that we left behind. That is a white noise system that creates some background noise in the office so that it's not ultra quiet, so that you can hear a pin drop and hear every conversation that's happening. So that creates some background noise that's really comfortable to hear, but it drowns out everybody's conversation. So we're going to redesign that, reposition some of these. We're going to keep them for the final product that we're doing here. Next is doing all the drain work, doing all the dirty working behind the scenes. Then once we cover that and recover all the concrete, re-pour it, then we're going to start laying out all our walls, and you'll see how this place will start to shape up.